Hey guys, so until now we have looked at certain topics in second law of motion, right? We tried to understand what is the relation between force, mass and acceleration, and we had a brief idea about what is momentum, right? And I told you that the formulae that we learn will be used to solve sums, and that's exactly what we are going to do today. I have written two sums on the board. They might not be very visible, but that's fine. I'll have a text anyway. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you the formulae that we used, we learned, and use them to solve the sums over here. As simple as that, right? So mainly we look at two formulae when it comes to second law of motion, because there's a relation between force, mass and acceleration or momentum, right? Now keep one thing in mind. This is the formula I think we ended up with last time, right? We wrote something like F net equals to m delta V by delta T, something like this, right? Force equals to mass into change in velocity by change in time, right? Now this change in velocity by change in time, if I put it separate, okay, or if I just look at it independently, this is nothing but my acceleration, right? So acceleration is nothing but delta V, or change in velocity by change in time. So that means I can replace all of this with just A, or acceleration. Now we need to know both, because I'll tell you why. If I replace delta V by delta T with A, okay, so I will become F equals to ma, which is nothing but the force equals to mass into acceleration, the formula that we saw last time. Okay, when we do the sums, writing net is not very essential, just to understand that we write net. Okay. Now why both the formulas are essential is because depending on the sum you'll be needing to use the formula, right? I have taken these two examples for that very reason. Okay, so let's start solving. I'll look at the first question, I'll read it out. What force would be needed to produce acceleration of 4 meters per second square in a 6 kg body? Single sentence, very easy. Let's go phrase by phrase. What force? Okay, means he's asking what force. So I know directly that I need to find out force, okay, because they don't know what force is. Would be needed to produce acceleration. Now it's saying acceleration of 4 meter per second square. So now I know that A equals to 4 meters per second square. I've already gotten one value. In a 6 kg body, 6 kg is nothing but weight, right? So I know mass is 6 kilograms, right? I have two values I know, one value I don't know. I'll just look at which formula I can use best for this. In the first formula I have m, but I don't have V and T over here. I only have A, so I cannot use this formula. I'll use this formula because I have m and I have A also, and F on the left side, which is exactly what I need to find. So I'll simply write as F equals to m into A. Ma means m into A, okay? The into is not written there, but you consider it as into. So to solve this, I'll simply write F equals to m into A. What is m? 6. So I'll write it as 6 into A. What is A? 4. What is 6 into 4? 24. 24. 4 is equals to 24, but 24 watt. because everything has a unit, right? For acceleration it is this meters per second square, and for mass it is kilogram, right? So now I just need to figure out what is the unit for force. You don't need to think so much, because for force there is always a unit called capital N. Okay, this N stands for the word Newton. You have learned this in probably the previous chapters or something. Alright, so force is 24 Newton. So this is a very simple sum using the second formula that we have. Okay, now I need to look at what is my second question and solve it in a similar way, right? Pretty much like we know, just like math. Read the question, write the given, and write the solve for the answer. So this is the given part, right? Okay, so I'm going to start this sum here. I'll start with the given. I didn't write given above, please do that. No. Body of mass 1 kg here. Right off the bat I have one mass value, m equals to 1 kilogram. Okay, change in velocity of 8 meters per second. Notice, change in velocity, not just velocity. And we know what change in velocity means, right? Change in is delta, velocity is v. So I'll write delta v equals to 8 meters per second. So I'll write 8 meters per second in 4 seconds time. So they've given me the change in time also. How much time does it take? Delta t is nothing but 4 seconds. Alright. Now what is the force acting on the body? So now what is the force acting on the body? We got our question, right? Just like above, but here now you will see I cannot use this formula directly. I need to use this formula. Okay. So I know that F equals to m into delta v divided by delta t. Right. I simply need to substitute the values, put them in the right place. M is nothing but 1 m delta v means into, okay, into 8, delta v is 8 divided by delta t, which is 4. 8 ones are 8 divided by 4. 4 ones are 4, 4 twos are 8. 8 divided by 4 is 2. So my force equals to 2 watt. Again, Newton, right? That's my unit, 2 N. So now we have found out what is the force, and my answer is complete, that is 2 Newton. Just for kicks, I'm going to show you this formula also, which is not asked in the question, but let's do it anyhow. What's the harm, right? I want to find out what is the acceleration of the body, which is not asked in the question. I'm repeating, okay, but I'm just adding this part myself just to give you an idea. How do I find the acceleration of the body apart from the force? I'll use this formula, as simple as that. Acceleration equals to delta v divided by delta t. Sometimes they don't put delta for t, they just put one delta. Don't get confused, it means the same thing, okay? Acceleration equals to delta v, which is nothing but 8 divided by delta t, which is 4. 8 by 4. So acceleration nothing but 2. But 2 what? 2 meters per second square. If you notice, this is meters by second, this is divided by second, so it becomes 2 meters per second square. That is the unit for acceleration. Okay, it's also mentioned in the question here if you see. Right, so that is about it. We have looked at 2 different numericals that come for this topic, that is the second law of motion. We'll go ahead and we'll practice a little more, pretty much of the same type. Keep in mind, it's not always that they ask force, they can ask you something else also. For example, they can say what is the acceleration but give you the force. The point is the same, you just need to make sure you use the same formula but find out what they are asking. Okay, for example, if they ask me acceleration from this type of a question, what I will do is F equals to ma, that I know. If I need to find out a, what I'll do, I'll send the m to the other side. I'll write F divided by m equals to a, right? Cross multiply. So then if I know F, if I know m, I divide them, my answer will be a. Or if I need to find m, I'll just switch a and m, right? I'll put m there, a here. Okay, same goes here. They can ask you anything of anything in this formula. Alright, we'll look at more later on. For today, this is all. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video.